Biggest crypto liquidation since 2023 just happened, and I think we're actually on the dawn of new meta. Many things in the current market point into the next liquidity inflow. You have to position early in order to capitalize. If you are late, you are exit liquidity. Today, I will uncover what the next meta will be. I will share what I am doing right now, right as we speak. And we will also talk about ND on BNB, which I talked about yesterday, and here's of my case, because I think this is something we have to discuss in order to understand this market better. Press the like button. Without further ado, let's start. First of all, ND on BNB I was sharing yesterday, 700k in market cap, went up to $1.4 million market cap, and right now it's at $622,000. Unfortunately, I do think that the same thing happened when I bought and pushed it to 1 million the first time. What happened is that the market cap of this thing actually went back to $700,000. I do believe that the people who control supply on this thing, unfortunately, they just want to keep the market cap at the same level. They just farm all the buys. So what I've done as a result, I sold half of the 1% that I was buying, and I just hold the other 0.5% at this stage. Maybe they will climb something up, right? But I hate this type of plays because I was fucking ready to do videos about this thing on a daily basis. Like we would push it to $20 million in market cap at least. This thing has very small amount of liquidity out there. These guys, they just fucking decided to dump. Here's my wallet that I was buying 1% of, and I'm essentially down because I was buying $9,000 worth and I sold half for 3.3k, so I'm down like 3k on this thing myself. It's a huge fucking shame, but again, these are Chinese markets, people don't fucking care about anything there. It's BNB season, just let me push this thing. Nah, we'll dump 1.4 million to 600k because we want to farm like $10,000. It's fucking stupid. Fucking stupid as fuck. The reason I spoke about Heroes of Mine is because the same thing actually happened with it. Back when my video pumped it to 0.26 right here. See what happened right after. Like, I was furious when this happened. I shared it, I think, somewhere around 0.16, 0.17. It pumped to 0.26, and several hours later, it was at 0.17 as well. Like, I was up $100,000 right here. I did not take any profits. I was even losing on my longs. Eventually, I lost on my longs that I had on my exchange. And it's also backed by Binance Labs, so it's kind of like the same type of hand that's there. I just don't like this setup because they just vividly show you, like, despite what the fuck you would be doing from your end, only if we decide that this is the right time to pump, we will pump this shit. And the issue with them deciding when it is the right time to pump, the shit that they will be doing, they will first liquidate everyone who's holding this shit and only then they will fucking pump it. I just hate this fucking setup. I would pump money. I would pump ND on BNB. We will make money. Loyal community, loyal viewers on this channel, they would make money. And I would make money as well. Instead, I'm fucking forced to sell at a loss because stupid fucks are selling. Alright, let's stop talking about it. So, something I want to focus on currently, I want you to focus on identifying liquidity inflows and everything that's happening in the market at this stage. We still see Aster at $1.47 at this stage, and a bunch of people definitely made money on this asset. And we have to understand who capitalized the most. From my point of view, Chinese people, because they just directly trust CZ the most, and I think there was some Chinese content about this thing. I think people from that part of the world, they capitalized the heaviest on this play in the first place. I do believe that West kind of partially became exit liquidity out there, which is usually something that happens when there was a BRC20 season back in December 2023, January 2024. East just camped the West. West was a giant pile of exit liquidity for the East. They just sold the ordinals, sold everything on the West, and that was it, right? And then something interesting I'm actually checking out is that top two performers. One of them is up 48% and the second one is up 20%. All are connected to Bitcoin ecosystem. Merlin Chain is a Bitcoin layer 2. Bunch of people were saying that it's a scam, right? Up 50% in one day. Magic Eden is also up 20%. Magic Eden is your OpenSea for ordinals out there. I also have seen people like Ren from Crypto Banter shilling a Bitcoin layer 2. I mean, if you're looking for things that CZ just invested in, look at Hemi. It's a Bitcoin layer 2 that was recently launched. It's developed by a killer team of OG Bitcoin devs. It's shipped at 700 million. I'm not invested yet. That's a very interesting setup, and it kind of leads me to this question. Like, where are the next liquidity inflows coming from? And what are our inputs? What are our variables at this stage? We have CZ being pretty much the main character in the market at this stage. We have probably like a bunch of Chinese people making a bunch of money. We know that last time when BRC20 was pumping, Asia, East, used West as exit scam, exit liquidity. They just exit scammed everyone into BRC20s and ordinals and things like that. And we also see in $1.6 trillion of liquidations, the largest liquidations since 2023, we also see 2 coins being greened on the market, which are directly connected to Bitcoin ecosystem. And if this is all, if you thought that these are all of the clues that we essentially have, they're not. Benjamin Coven, who was calling for Ethereum to go to 3,500 for quite some time, he was constantly saying, when this will be happening, during this period, Bitcoin dominance will go up. During this period, people will be buying BTC, and Bitcoin will have, from his point of view, the last rally in this cycle. Last rally to new highs on Bitcoin. And I kind of have a feeling that for some reason, people would actually want to gamble in Bitcoin ecosystem. Because again, Merlin is pumping, Renfro Crypto Banter is shilling layer 2, OpenSea for Ordinals, which is Magic Eden, is pumping as well, right? We have all these narratives, and we have a bunch of Chinese people making money recently. It's natural. They made money in BNB, and now, most likely, from my point of view, they will actually go into BRCs, Ordinals, and all this ecosystem. Again, I knew about this correction, that it will happen after 21st of September, since the end of August. I'm thinking, if there is one thing that not a lot of people are exposed into currently, that will be running up until true alt season will start and up until this correction will be over, it's actually going to be Bitcoin ecosystem. Bitcoin layer 2s that some players are shilling on the market already. And it's not just me thinking about it, they are the ones who are outperforming at this stage. And everything about ordinals, everything that people will be able to direct the focus and attention of people into. If you go on Magic Eden currently, you would see that a bunch of Bitcoin related NFTs are actually up from yesterday. Some of them are up 50%, 100%. This is something that's happened already. The accumulation started because people see what the fuck is happening. The earliest are actually seeing this. And I was thinking myself, what would be the narrative that would probably pump the most? What would be the narrative that might actually get appreciated by both East and the West? What would be the narrative that might get appreciated by Bitcoin OGs as well? Because in terms of all the ordinals, Bitcoin layer 2s, like Bitcoin OGs, they're not playing in this field much. Very, very cautiously, because most of the layer 2s, they essentially were scams, right? Again, many people are just saying that Merlin layer 2 is just a breach. It's not a layer 2, right? And I would say that finality of transactions on Bitcoin without optimistic rollups is not capable to be implemented at this stage. So all of the Bitcoin layer 2s, even stacks, they're kind of like scams in the first place. They're not layer 2s from the tech point of view, such as Ethereum. Layer 2s are to Ethereum. So I was thinking, what is the narrative that is present on the market that people like already, that had proven itself, and maybe actually a lot of people are bullish and are buying into currently. There was a run of the coin called XBT, which is also something connected to Bitcoin on Solana recently, but I think there is something else. I think there is something else that is quite interesting as well. There is BT on Solana, there is Bonk BT, and there is OG Pump Fund BT at $7.7 million market cap. I do actually believe this is the second bottom, but this is not the coin I wanted to expose you to currently at this stage. I was thinking that we have to capture upside. We have to catch the capital of all these people who are familiar with BRC20s out there. Now I was thinking, we have a narrative that is existing on the market. I was thinking that all of these things are happening already. All of these coins are pumping. And tomorrow will be a very, very important day, because I think funding rate on Magic Eden at this stage is -2, which is pretty fucking insane. Like, it's insane funding rate, and it just means that a bunch of people actually shorting into the project at this stage. Tomorrow is a very important day to figure out if this wave will continue. It will be a confirmation, because right now it's still shady, but as like the way I explain it to you, I hope you can see from my explanation, you can see the liquidity inflows out there. So we have a proven narrative, and we have this narrative of like Bonk BT, OG BT, and maybe we have something else out there. Maybe we have an asset that is present on BRC20s, which is very, very native, which is on Bitcoin itself. Yes, the user experience is not great. Yes, it might be not the best, but if we are at the edge, on the dawn of Bitcoin ecosystem season, this thing might just perform like fucking crazy. And I just wanted to share this with you. There is actually a version of BT that is available as an ordinal. And coming to all this discussion about OGBT and Bonk BT, and I'm holding OGBT by the way, I have more OGBT than all of you, 100%. 99% of you, I have more OGBT. There is this BT on BRC20, which is deployed in 2023. So it's actually on the mother chain, and it's actually true OG out there. And I would say, like, if you are thinking on buying, I would say if you're thinking on entering, I would say like even if you're slightly bullish on this thing, you always should be entering this thing if you think, as well as I think, that we might be exposed to Bitcoin ecosystem season in the short term. I do believe there are many clues that lead into that conclusion at this stage, but it also is definitely quite risky and degenerate at this stage. So I'm just sharing what I'm doing right now on the market, what I'm planning for. I also launched some Merlin chain and some Magic Eden. I'm down heavily at this stage. So let's see if I'm getting liquidated tomorrow or if we'll be making some money in this market, because I do believe this might be very well the next thing. Because one of the benefits of such large corrections is that a lot of people are stabled up currently. A lot of people have a lot of free capital out there. And this is the narrative I think might be running next, speaking about the whole Bitcoin ecosystem at this stage. And there are reasons why bigger people are talking about it. Like they don't talk about stuff just for lulz, right? And CZ is definitely connected to a bunch of projects in Bitcoin ecosystem as well. This is it for today. Thank you very much for listening to this one. Stay healthy and rich, and I shall be seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.